Good morning, everyone. Are you serious? Have I really been talking to myself for 6 minutes again? Oh my gosh. There's a stupid button that I forget to click sometimes, and it makes it where it doesn't go live automatically. And, I've been sitting here talking for 6 minutes about all kinds of stuff. I was wondering why nobody said anything because I asked a question. I told about my stupid night I've had, how I've been awake all night, and oh my God, I'm gonna have to repeat everything I said. Such an idiot. Well, I am here, guys. I've been talking to myself for 6 minutes. I wasn't late. I promise. Good grief. So I talked about that I woke up around 11 o'clock last night. I've been up ever since then. Had a weird night. Sometime in the middle of the night, about 4 a.m., I thought about maybe collecting all the supplies and trying to set up a workstation to get this black anodization process done. And then I started watching some stupid video about a guy that runs a so-called haunted house called McCamey Manor. If you've not heard of that guy, you've got to look him up. He started by running a haunted house in California, and he actually moved here to Tennessee to a town that has one of the largest hippie communes in the country called Summertown. And he's been in all kinds of legal problems. And anyway, I started watching that documentary and thought about the fact that I wanted to have a better camera set up remotely than have some kind of lag with that IV cam trying to do this anodization. And I saw y'all were about to get mad, like y'all were talking to each other. I finally noticed it because I couldn't see any of my concurrent viewers. And then I noticed it said go live over here in the right corner, and I was like, what? I'm not live? Sorry guys, I'm an idiot. No, there's a box evidently in OBS that sometimes I uncheck it and sometimes I don't. And I guess when I hit start streaming, it normally auto starts the go live. When I hit stop streaming, it doesn't stop it. But anyway, I'm here. But yeah, so we're not going to do the black anodization today, but we are going to try to learn to do something. And we'll possibly do that together. And then next, I went into a big diatribe about how this is what I carried during the night. And actually carried a couple of knives during the night, but this was one of them. And the reason I carried this one is I'm trying to improve the action on it. It's got nice bearings in it, but something about the closing, the lock bar, I think it's where the detent ball is riding across the blade. It just needs to be worn in and used more. So I carried it to try to get it broke in a little better. I wanted a hollow grind for some reason. And yeah, so I've been carrying it. Yes, next I will teach you how to turn on a live stream, and you will actually might learn something from me. So I had that in one pocket, and I had this in my other pocket. And this is the Eclipse from Kubi. And after I showed that I had this, I started talking about the guy that designs this, Mr. Panarin Designs. And I mentioned the fact that he responded to my message to him about maybe coming on an episode here. And this is where I ask a question that I figured some of y'all might have responded to in the chat. But his response to my message was that he felt nobody would be interested in him because he's just new into the game, and that he wasn't big enough for anybody to have any interest. And so I haven't responded to him yet, but my response was going to be that is definitely not the case, and that we would definitely be interested in hearing what he has to say. And I was also going to mention that we have a couple of guys in the chat that are designing knives and dealing with finding OEMs and that side of the business. So I'm sure all of us would be really interested in hearing what he had to say. So that's going to be my response to him. So Panarin Designs is the guy's name. If you do happen to hear this, you are more than welcome to come on, and you are definitely of interest. I like your designs so far, and I would like to hear about the inner workings of the knife game. And a couple of Drummer and Sever would like to hear his talks with Kubi and I guess Tucson are two of the people he's designed knives for that I've gotten. TC, this one, the Eclipse, is by him, and so is that Tucson that I showed with the nice rounded edges yesterday. Those are both his designs. Oh, that's awesome, Pete. The guy was super cool, and what else I said is I'm going to start trying to do that on my unboxing videos. I'm going to highlight the designer's name in the title, because new designers don't get enough publicity, and I thought that would be a way that I could help them get a little bit. So I mentioned I released an unboxing during the night, and I put the designer's name in the title, and Steel Addicted actually commented on there that funny enough, he went to grab a knife this morning, and he grabbed a Tucson from the same designer that I had posted this morning. So that was cool. I'm telling you, man, synchronicity is crazy when you start getting into it. And that guy's name was that guy Mazwan Mokhtar. Yeah, Mazwan Mokhtar was the other designer that I highlighted. We definitely need to give more props to the designers, because as great as knife companies are, they need designs to make cool knives. So in my opinion, that's just as important, a good design knife, as a good produced knife. I did want to mention that I think a couple of the giveaway knives are out for delivery today. In fact, I'm going to ask in the channel. I don't remember everybody's address, but whoever lives in Ohio and was in the giveaway should be getting their knife today. Not sure which one of those it was, but yeah, if you're Ohio and you were in the giveaway, I think your knife is out for delivery. Is that you, Drummer? Mr. Drummer, I wanted to tell you, I meant to put a note in your box, and I didn't want to reopen it after I'd sealed it, but I wanted to let you know that the knife that I sent you, like, I know it's not your first choice, but hopefully you'll be happy with it. I hope you like it. Hope I did okay. That's all I'll say about that. I wanted to try to get first place happy. The other two can just deal with what I sent. No, I'm just kidding. I hope everybody's happy with what I sent them. Nothing special, but a free knife is a free knife in my book. So now let's get into what we're going to do today. And as the title says, I'm going to attempt to learn something today, or we're going to attempt to learn something today. And I'm going to attempt to do something that I've only done once so far. I was successful the first time I did it, so it makes me want to try it again. and I'm sure a lot of you would like to do it, and a lot of you actually send knives off to have this process done. So maybe if we can learn and feel a little more confident in doing it, we won't have to pay somebody else to do it for us. So I'm going to lay this knife down, which I've already done some mods to, by acid washing and stone washing the blade on it. And I'm going to let y'all guess what we're going to try to attempt to do today with this knife. And I will tell you, it is not remove the flipper on it. Pete probably already, I'm sure y'all can all guess what we're going to try. And while maybe I did a kind of a little aggressive stone wash on it. It's the first one I did. I've done more since then. We did one on video. But this will tell you what we're going to try to do today. Thank you, Pete. We are going to attempt, since this is an inexpensive Kubi and I've already modded it once, why not mod it again? So we are going to attempt to put thumb studs on it. Yay! And I know that is a process that a lot of people pay to have done. Nope, we're not blackening parts. We're doing thumb studs. So, I saw this knife sitting there. I saw it already had a nice curved place. I saw it has a big blade. Yep, we're going to get out the drill press. Pete got it. Pete got it right. So actually, I didn't have a drill press. I used to have a big one, floor model. So I went and bought one specifically to do a thumb stud. And I was successful with my first attempt at doing a thumb stud. I haven't done one since then. So I kind of need to definitely brush up on that. And that's kind of why we're doing it, because I need to learn too. So that's why the title is what it is. We're going to attempt to learn today. And if we fail, we fail. If we break something, we break something. When I started off the process last time, which was my first time, I did break some stuff. Yes, and that's the key right there, TC. So when I started off the first time, I broke a bunch of drill bits. And so I had to do some research. And of course I knew that I was trying to drill through hardened material. And with a non-hardened bit, the hardened material will always win. So then I realized that carbide is the key, as Mr. Scott just said. And people suggested that you try to use, there are some concrete bits that are carbide tipped. And those are not the greatest. And then, oh, that reminds me, I'm missing a pack of bits. No, I'm not. They're right here. Yes. And cutting oil or tapping oil will help. Fluid, as Mr. Drummer just said. But the real key is carbide. And you can purchase, so what I ended up having success with was carbide, of course, and it was not the carbide tipped concrete bits. It was actually carbide bits that are made for milling but have a point on them and are not flat. So when you're doing milling and when you're drilling into or you're milling into a sometimes you want the bottom of the pocket or the milling you're doing to be flat, and sometimes you want it to go down in and make like a little cup in the bottom, like a rounded off part. So I found some carbide bits for milling of different sizes that had a point on them that would go in. And I got some ones of different sizes. I got some 1mm. I believe I got some other ones a little bit to step up and do a little bigger. And the company that I had success with, I didn't break I finally just used the size I needed. So let me go back a little bit. Most thumb studs, and I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them are between 3.5 to 4 millimeters is the hole that they need. So I bought a set, and if we were to go look up these Damascus ones that I got, you would see that it has the specs on there, and it's got a lip on these. It's got two places. You want this thumb stud to sit flush against the blade, so you want that little part to go inside the hole, and these are made to go inside the hole on a 4mm. So I got a 4mm end mill. I don't have water or coolant. I did not use that when I attempted to do it. So we're not going to be doing that today. We're going to be using a cheap, super cheap drill press and these bits. And then I've got other bits out there. We're going to have to go to the garage to do this, of course. I do have some oil that we're going to put on it. I don't have any proper oil like tap oil or, but I also found this one. And this is a super cool bit. And I will post the links to these. And all that just looks like Chinese to me. Oh, wait. It is Chinese. But even these numbers, I can't tell what they're telling me here. But this right here is a tapered end mill bit made out of carbide that should help our process tremendously. So, I've got some carbide bits. I've got some thumb studs. I've got a drill press. I've got some oil of some type. I've got desire, and I've got a blade. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. Now, my first one I have showed y'all before, but it was this Terramundi Beyond EDC Demco River Wolf. And so this one had a giant, well, Pete, what I will use this for is to get the hole started and enlarged a little bit, because it's easier if you kind of step up the bits. So if I go straight from a 1mm to a 4mm, it wouldn't be as nice as if I went from a 3mm to a 4mm, because you're having to remove less material each time. So the fact that it's tapered doesn't matter, because we're going to be getting bigger. And the bits that I have all have a point on them, so they all will sit in the size of the hole that they're going in next. And it's just when you're removing hardened material, this one, when I did it, I finally just gave up and added enough pressure and just pushed the 4mm all the way through it. But we're going to try to step up a little each time this time and see if it works. If we might have to do just like I did on this one and go right through. And the reason I put this one where I put it, there's a couple of reasons. There was a Demco logo. If we go look at this knife, you'll see, let me bring it up real quick just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Oh, by the way, these are limited editions of these. numbered editions of this knife out. Beyond EDC River Wolf. So right here on the show side of the knife, you will see that there's a Demco logo that was a circle, and there's also a so that's where I decided the thumb stud wanted to live, because I was gonna mess up a logo somewhere. Yes, I've got a center punch. I've got a punch that we're going to use out there to try to get started, because you don't want the drill bit to wander on you. We're going to do all of that. I have just a push center punch that leaves a little divot, you know, and that's how I started my first bit, so it wouldn't wander. We're going to go through it all. We're going to try to learn together. But anyway, that's where that logo was. And I didn't want it to get into this blade grind on the edge here. So I tried to center it right on that logo. And then I removed the giant flipper tab and made it perfectly round. So now it's got, and the way they line up, my finger line like fits perfectly in there for reverse flick. Of course, I didn't get it right because I said something about it. But it lines up perfectly, and regular flick, it's perfect position also. So this is the first and only one I've done, and I didn't break the bit on it, so we're going to try to not break a bit again. And like I said, we're just trying to learn, so why not learn together, and why not learn live on video? I have no problems with messing up, breaking stuff, being wrong live on video, because I don't hide it regardless. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I mess up, I mess up. I don't get embarrassed very rarely, so it is what it is. We'll just attempt it on video. So I guess we need to take the blade out of this thing. This is one of those full titanium little tiny knives that I used to carry on my keychain, and this thing broke. So I thought while we were out there, we would grab the torch and we would see if that melting metal stuff that I told you I've used on repairs for stuff, if we can repair that little broken part on this too with this stuff, and maybe file it back down to where we can use it again, because I can't carry this the way it is, and it is just a little full titanium, supposed to be M390 blade steel, little knife. Pretty cool little thing. The latch isn't the best, so I kind of want to tighten it up. But I always, when it's on my key ring, I keep a rubber band wrapped around it, because it cut me real bad one day. I threw my keys up in my hand and caught them, and that blade just went right in me. So I learned pretty quick that this clasp doesn't stay closed very good. So I wrap one of those little red, I got these little red rubber bands I bought. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to try to repair that too while we're out there. So we get a 2-for-1 today, kinda. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how the plan goes. Could go terrible, could go great. That's the joy of life. I'm also going to take my inclinometer to put on the blade to make sure that we've got the blade good and level. And if I need to like put something under it, like some cardboard or something, to level it out. Good morning, Mr. Ron Dobbins. I'm gonna take that out there to use to try to get it level, because you want your hole to go through square with the blade. Luckily on this one, I was able to clamp it down on the flats. You can see the back here where it goes into all that is flat, and so it usually is on most knives. This one we're gonna have to clamp it down on the flats of this and go by that to get it square. But square and plumb. But yeah. So let me finish taking this apart. And we're going to have to relocate to my exterior. We're going out to my exterior garage where my drill press is. I've already got a tripod out there, so we'll be good for that. I hope that the signal with this IV cam remotely is going to have enough frame rate to just show up decently. While we're out there, I don't know if I'll be able to see the chat or not. I should figure out a way to be able to look at that too. So give me just a second to think through that. I've got a tablet or another cell phone I could use for that. I'll tell you what, I didn't realize how much I use my left thumb until you heard it. I thought I was right-handed, but I seem to grab everything with my left. When you try to unscrew something, like a bottle, you hold it with your dominant hand and unscrew it with your non-dominant hand. And I would have thought, if you asked me that before going through it, I would have thought the opposite, that we use our strong hand to unscrew something, but we usually hold it with our dominant hand and unscrew it with the non-dominant hand. So that was something I realized. Just little stupid things I realized. All right, so we got the blade. You can see where I masked it off with a fingernail polish when I did the acid wash and stone wash on it. Got this one pretty good. I think I learned, this might have been my first one. I did it twice. I sanded it down completely after I did it the first time and redid it because I didn't cover enough with the nail polish, and you could see some sticking out. So we got that. I wanted to, oh yeah, dang it. I want to mark where we're putting the thumb studs before we go out there. So let's see. We're gonna have to put this one in the blade, which is fine, but I guess I want to center it in the curve. I want to get it off the edge a little more than I did my other one. I didn't have much of a choice because of how thin this grind was up here at the top, but I would prefer it was off the edge a little more. And with this blade being as big as it is, I think that's not going to hurt anything either. So let me try putting a mark on here and see if I like it or not. Center it on this curve somewhere around right there. Maybe a little further down. Right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Even though it probably won't matter, I'll probably do what I want. I think I could probably go that way just a little. Now that I see it on camera, I probably need to go that way just a little. But it's probably pretty close, actually, to the middle of that curve. I think we're pretty good right there. What do y'all think? Somebody let me know something. Bolt-on studs? You mean clamp-on studs? I hate those things, and that wouldn't really show you where to go. But I do have one of those. I guess we could look at it. I hate those things. Those things are so stupid to me, but If you're talking about the little clamp-on ones that go over the edge, I hate those. And it's not really going to tell us where to put it because you can't get it close to the edge. I mean, you can't get it. It's sitting right on the edge. They really suck. It's not going to help us at all, but I will show you how that will not help us at all. But yeah, it'll kind of give me an idea, but not really. I mean, it'll give me an idea front to back maybe, but I want it to line up in that curve. But these things sit right on the edge of the blade, so let me show you what I'm talking about. These little things, oh, you got a little bird buddy, huh? Yeah, see, that thing is going to suck, and it's going to be right out at the edge. It's not really going to tell me where to drill. It's more of a preference thing, and you won't look. And I'm sure the feel will be fine once I get it on there. You can adjust, you know, every knife's a little different anyway, so I think we're just going to go for it. What is that? Where did that come from? Is that my lanyard pin? Yep, that's my lanyard pin. Put all that stuff back over here. All right, we got our blade. We got our mark. Yeah, thanks for the idea, Scott. I wasn't shitting on your idea, I promise. I was just trying to explain how they sit on the edge, and they won't really help me know where to drill. Clamps are very important. So, all right, so we need the blade. We need our little bits. We need our tapered bit. We'll leave our thumb studs in here. I did have... What did I do with the other one? I had two of them out. One of them was just like that one, the Damascus ones. Did I put it back? I think I did. Oh, yeah, on the front to back. Yeah, I understand you, Scott. Yeah, it might give you a feel for it, and if I was more, that's probably a smart idea. I'm not saying it's not by any imagination. I'm just saying that I'm just gonna go for it. Oh yeah, there it is. So I think there's the one we're gonna put in it because I know that these fit, but I've got a bug out one also. In case. Just to see what and I've got a couple of different style ones that we can try out. Yeah, I'm not sure which ones to buy for an average knife either, but these, I like the way these look on this knife, okay? They're just tapered. They're kind of bigger, so I would say this is better for bigger knives, but the bug out ones are a little smaller, side to side. I don't know if you can tell, but side to side, the bug out ones are a little better, and they make so many of these bug out ones that they're a good choice because you can get them in all kinds of materials and stuff. So we'll leave both of those in here. We either get a hole out there or we don't get a hole, and if we get a hole, it'll be the right size. So let me put a knife in my pocket. So I've got a knife on me. I don't need two on me, but why not? All right, so now we got to get the remote camera going. I had to prolong this a little bit because my phone was about dead. So I had to charge up my phone for a minute so we can use it as a camera and a microphone. All right, so let's get this camera going. All right, we're good. We're horizontal. See if we've got connection. Yes. No. Yes. Seems pretty quick. Okay, we got some lag. Well, Hopefully it'll be enough to let you see what's going on. So you've got that on. Now let me switch the mic to it. The mic is, we got a stereo signal now, which is pretty cool. I need my coffee. I got a couple extra clamps I found. Oh, we might need a marker. Let me find something to put all this stuff in. That would be another. To get out there, I don't have a plastic bag near me. So we're going to use this little knife case thing that I talk about all the time. I'll throw the blade in there so it doesn't hit anything. And the elastics. I'm going to throw the 2 clamps in there. I'm going to close it. I'm going to stick the inclinometer in it before I zip it. Oh, we got to get this metal and that little titanium knife. And we got to find the torch also to heat that up. Give me a second. Hold on. Y'all could care less. But I got to get another phone to have for the chat. So let me see if this one's charged. If my old Note 9 is working. Hope y'all can still hear me good. I think my phone microphone should be really good. Can't see anything else we might need. My cigarettes and my lighter. So we need that. Unlocked. That means it is fully paid for and could be used by anyone in any country. A fully unlocked, perfectly good Note 9 that I don't do nothing with. 77, you got the pressure? Yeah, I got it yesterday. I'm about it. I like it. Y'all have to give me just a second. I got to get everything sorted. Let me get YouTube brought up on this phone and what in the world? Alright, well, looks like this battery is dead. This battery's dead, so that's a no-go. Dang it, I knew this was going to happen. Alright, guys. No, since the microphone is coming through it, we're going to have some issues. I'm hoping it's better. It gets better. I will be closer to the Wi-Fi. All right, we're going to take a trip and go get set up that I can do chat on. So let me make this phone full screen. All right. At least we've got a clear picture. It might be a little laggy at times, and hopefully the audio works its way out. But I guess we'll see. So we're going to go set up in the top. out there in the garage. Oh, I got a TV out there I can turn on YouTube. All right. Give me just a second. I'm going to put you in my pocket. So I walk out there. All right, got everything. We're going out there. I'm sure y'all can't hear me. But that's all right. Let's see. Doing yard work. We're going out here. I think we're upside down or backwards or something. Oh, we are backwards. Well, that's super annoying. Hold on. All right. Hopefully you can still hear me. We'll come back. Here we are. First, I got it. All right. We're out my garage. We got the drill press. I've got it set up on the table. My table. Let me grab that laptop. Here so I can see what just a second. Hopefully everything's staying connected and y'all can still hear me and see. I got a laptop over here that I can set up to watch the chat. I'm turning it on as we over there in that little bag. Laptop is big up. I can see all the chat. Grab my coffee. Got a bird's eye view of the situation here. Come on, laptop. All right. We're on opening a browser. YouTube. Giving away by the way. Sorry, guys. It's already hot out here. I need to turn on a fan. I guess we're gonna have drill press noise, so a fan noise ain't gonna hurt nothing, huh? Got a little fan here that I use when I'm out here. So, don't want to turn. All right, view your channel live. Mute the audio. Audio. All right. Now where's the? At least I know y'all can see me. I don't see that come up here. Well, still okay. I wouldn't know that. Is how much lag is there in the video? My hand. You see when I see that. If y'all are actually seeing what I'm doing. Oh, now I see the chat. Is the audio still cutting in and out? Can y'all see? Yeah. All right. Give me something about the audio. First of all, we're going to look at my bits I've got here. So I bought a pack of drill bits. I'm not sure if y'all can see these, but these are bigger wires. Looks like I might start locking the light. I got to watch my shadow. So there's some of the carbide drill bits that cobalt. These are cobalt drill bits. So, no, I can hear my audio. Nobody's responded about the audio statement yet. For the little 1.5 bits. I need to know, somebody needs to tell me whether you can hear me. Because I don't know. Audio red. Real bad. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I can do about the audio. Give me just a second. I don't know. It shows my connection. Let me make sure I'm connected to the. Yeah, I'm connected to the. So we're checking, vibrating. Drummer, video freezing. I don't think the video, I think I'm not doing anything, so y'all don't know. Sorry about that. I was touching my phone. The shake should a second. But at least I know that the video. So let me go. I'm going to go back to the side. All right, guys, I'm back in here. It's something about my internet connection in here. It has nothing to do with the phone out there. All right. I just reconnected. I've got green signal now. Everything looks much better. Looks like we're back on track. So now that I know that it was this inside connection and it wasn't the outside connection, we should be good to go now. Hopefully now that this connection is stable in here, when I go back out there, the connection will remain stable. Give me a 5x5 if the video and audio have gone back to like they should be, if you don't mind, before I go back out there again. Because once I'm out there, I don't have control of this main computer. But from my end, it shows no drop frames and good connection again. So hopefully we're back to working. Are we good again? All right. So anything y'all want to say to me before I go back out there? Let's make sure the phone connection is still working. Yeah, see, I switched the phone over to a different network. So I'll have to go out there. Give me just a second. I'm going to leave the microphone on in here, but just know for about a minute or a minute and a half, I'm going to walk out there and try to connect the phone to the same Wi-Fi network that I just connected this computer to, because I have to be on the same network in order the phone to be able to reach this computer. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to fix that. And hopefully it'll fix that. But I'm going to leave this camera on just for the live viewers. In fact, let me just let me throw on some kind of little knife YouTube video for a minute, just to keep the stream rolling. I apologize again. I am. All right. I don't know what's going on with my internet, guys. My internet's acting crazy. My internet's acting crazy. Of course, when I go try to do something educational, the powers that be Good morning, JD. Don't want my connection to work. So we're dropping frames left and right. We've dropped a bunch of frames. Let me make sure. All right. I don't know. It looks stable again for a minute, but that could drop again any second. So this is pissing me off. Of course, the only time it doesn't work perfect is when I try to go teach something. And it has nothing to do with the remote camera out there, because it's this main computer that's the connection is having issues. I'm going to play this Melissa Backwoods video for a minute.
Buy a CBV knife, you can get 50.
Oh my God, now we got sound coming out the wrong places. Hold on just a second. Alright, now y'all can't hear anything. That's perfect. I'm going to turn the microphone onto my phone. Y'all will hear me when I go out.
Or $89 if you use code M15 at checkout. Nitro V blade steel coming in at just under 3 inches in blade length. Also relatively lightweight fixed blade at a little bit under 3 ounces. I'm not the biggest fan of these type of straps for mounting, but you can use these to mount it to a belt or a backpack. But another feature that this has is a little clip right here, so if you want, you can set this up as a pocket carry. Just realize that you can move the pocket clip over to the other side, and you can also move it up or down across these 4 holes. Now we're talking. This just became a pocket carry, baby. You can get that pretty much, it's like a deep carry fixed blade now. Another feature I love, if you notice this little thing right here, I don't know what to call it, like a pinky quillion.
All right, guys, I'm out here.
Gives your pinky the option to slide onto that for
I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Deploy. Nice sharpening choil, loaded with jimping, very comfortable in the hand. I'd probably end up just removing this pocket clip if I wanted to do a belt carry. But yeah, what a sleek little design. Super slicey and thin too. Yeah, this one's probably my top pick, to be honest. I love this blade.
If y'all can hear me,
caught my eye at
let me
SHOT
know
Show,
you can hear me.
Now I get to have one, so I'm very happy about that. Civivi Kyle Lamb Sokun. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll link it right there. Next up, we're gonna get spicy with a limited edition. Look at the little fancy little cute box. Here it is, limited edition mini Praxis. These are gonna all come with a little certificate of authenticity. Oh yeah, with the blue fat carbon S35 VN steel. These are gonna be $99 or 85 bucks if you use code M15. And all of these have individual serial numbers. Oh, I got 115 out of 2014. A bougie version of one of their best-selling models. Last year they did this with the Elementum and limited it to 2014 pieces. Sold out really quick, so yeah, if you're wanting one of these, I would snag one as soon as you can. One of their best-selling models, so yeah, limited edition mini Praxis. And it makes that sound when you open it. Hi, Mr. Goose, it's okay. I'm gonna get away from him. Okay, next one is a new Civivi design by Ken Onion Jr. This one's called the Krabby. I really like that name. Wow, did that just, let me try that again. Wow, that just whipped out. First impression, I have not broken this in, and that is.
Y'all can hear me?
Okay,
nice. Good.
This one just looks really
all right, well, I'm
going
to go switch the cameras now. I'll be right back.
No. Don't let her. 3 ounces, 2.7 on that blade length, and man, this is a comfortable one. Another cool little design feature is you'll notice we got 3 holes right here, 3 lanyard holes. Looks cool, but also reduces some weight. This one is not ambidextrous, but it is a deep carry on that pocket clip. Very low profile. Good looking sheepsfoot blade too. Notice that little swedge there at the tip. Almost a high flat grind. Like this little finger choil right there. That allows my finger to really get up nice and personal right there if I'm going to be doing some up close carving, wood whittling, you know, all that fun stuff. Liner lock with some machining out there for easy access, and I do like how they match the backspacer. 14C.
All right, guys. Hopefully everything's stabilized. I think it has. I know y'all can't tell it. You can see me in the video, but after all that back and forth, I need a cigarette, and the only lighter I have is this torch. So I'm gonna make use of it, I guess. All right, got my cigarette lit. All right, hopefully we're good to go now. Are we good now? Yeah, I don't know what was up with that connection out there. I mean, inside. It's been good for 104 episodes, or fairly good. All right, let me get a little nicotine. I gotta take this big milling bit out. What in the world? All right. Now, Like I said, when I started out with let me get the blade out. Alright, got our ink cutter, got a couple extra clamps, little titanium knife. I got the blade with the spot on it. Luckily, I kind of know where to, well, this is the fun part, trying to figure out how to clamp the blade. You have to get around enough of the, I got these clamps here. Hopefully you can hear me though. When I did it the first time, I think I used one of these. Yeah. I used one of these. I bought 4 of these 4mm end mills, carbides. And I bought some of these cobalt bits that are cobalt. And they're I think these are, I actually don't know what size these are. But we're going to attempt to use one of these 1mm ones that I bought to start. Oh yeah, I've got a punch. I don't know where I put my punch. Let me find my punch, my center punch. I knew I'd be missing something out here. It's probably right in front of me and I don't see it. Give me just a second. It's got to be right here somewhere. I know I had it. I just saw it. It's not in there. Oh my goodness. The one thing I need, oh here it is. So I got one of these little center punches. It's a little bit larger diameter than what I need. Looks like we've locked up again. Oh, maybe we haven't. Audio still good? We still good to go? Give me a 5x5 again, please. But I think we are because I can see myself on video. Anyway, this is a center punch. You push on it, spring loaded. And it puts a little divot in metal. So I'm going to take the blade and try to put a little dot right in the middle of it to help the drill bit not wander. So give me just a second for that. I'm doing this off camera because I just can't do it somewhere where y'all can see it. Now I just scratched my blade all to hell, so I'll have to redo the stone washing. But such is life. Hold on. This thing is not springy right. What in the world? Had to do it a few times before I see if I can actually get it to work this time. Alright, yes, I got it. It's a little lower than I wanted. And I put a couple scratches on the blade, but we're not here for the blade. So, back to what I was doing. I'm going to take one of these little 1mm carbide bits, and I'm going to get my starter hole going. Hopefully y'all can see that. Put it in here and chuck it up. All right, of course we're not in there like we're supposed to be. All right, now we're in there good. Let me tighten her up. All right, got the bit tight. I'm going to use that for a second. Can't clamp it there. Dang it, I'm gonna have to clamp it right. Okay. I have to play around because y'all won't be able to see it if I do it. If I clamp it where I need to. Which is also a problem, trying to do stuff and do stuff on video. Let me get lined up good here. All right, that looks pretty good right there. Let's get on the flats here. Yes. I'm on the flat of the blade, which made the blade actually come off of the table, which is good because the blade isn't as thick as the back here. We look pretty good so far. Let me test my alignment. Okay, I can see the blade flexing a little. So let me grab something to put under it. Give me just a second. Like I said, guys, we're doing this on the fly. That's about the width I need to get the blade up. Test one more time. Looks pretty good there. It's going to flex a little bit, but I might need to double this over. We're going to try that. I'm going to go with the fact that the flats of the blade are clamped to this board. And if it's just a little off from side to side as far as the thumb studs, it should be pretty close. All right, we're good there. Let me grab a little bit of oil. Thought I had some hydraulic oil over here, or maybe some air gun oil or something. Yeah, I've got some oil. I don't know that it's the best, but it is oil. Put a little bit of dab on there. It's actually air tool oil, but oil is oil. Not really, but we're going to turn it on. We're going to go in with our first attempt. Oh yeah, we're getting good shavings. We're going to go in a little bit, back out. Go in a little further, back out. Go in a little further, back out. We are through. Nope, we are broke. So that's the joys of going too fast. And that's also why I bought these things. You got to go slow and not press hard. So there's our first lesson. Second lesson will be this bit is hot, so don't touch it. All right. Luckily, I've got 5 of these, so we're going to go slow this time. I was getting overzealous because it was working great. And you just got to go slow. I thought about made it all the way through, but evidently not. I hate these spring-loaded chucks. They're so annoying. We got our second bit in. That's why you buy multiple. Looks like we're wobbling. That could be why we broke it. I think it's we're vibrating. Now we're all the way through. All right. So we are successful with the 1mm bit. Now, hopefully things stay aligned enough. And if it doesn't, we'll learn something. And that's the whole point, right? That thing is probably super hot. All right, now I'm going to step up to one of these next size. I'm not going to use that tapered bit. In fact, I didn't have much luck with this bit, I don't think. So actually, I might go with a tapered bit. Nah, let's see. What's chat say? Should I go up to the tapered bit? No, it's good. As far as the clamp, yeah, I do need to clamp the other side a little bit at least. But if I don't put much pressure, it shouldn't. Let me put it on here just to stay out of y'all's way. Should be good there. Should I use the taper bit? This oil seems to be working okay. Or should I just go for it? Last time I had the best luck going for it with this carbide. I've got a good hole now for alignment. So we're just going to go with this 4mm end bit. I mean, in the middle. We're going to go super slow and see what happens. Like I said, we're all just trying to learn here. I'm no professional. We got a good spin. Go down here and see what it's acting like. Getting chips. I need to feel how hot the blade's getting. Okay, we're not that hot. I need to get some water out here to cool the blade down. This oil will help. Got a ton of oil. This hardened metal is something else, boy. We got some chips going though. We got some heat too. All right, I'm gonna back off for a second. Let me get some water. I should have brought some water out here. Can't really move it. Let me see if I got a water bottle in the car or something out here. Nope, no water bottles. Give me just a second, I'm gonna grab a water bottle. All right, sorry. If you take breaks in between, if you just I know, you shouldn't overheat the blade. I'm going to take a little cap full of water and I guess I should turn off the stupid drill in between. All right, that should cool it off. That water over there to help keep it cool a little bit too. So go a little further and see what we got. Got a good hole going. Once you get in there good, it starts getting easier. So we got a good hole going. These bits are awesome. Shouldn't be too hot. I'll put a little bit more oil in the hole. All right, got some oil in the hole. Go for a little more. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh yeah, you can see big chips coming out now. All right, take your time, a little at a time. We ain't in no hurry. We're just trying to get holes on our blade and put some thumb studs in. I don't think I'm letting it get hot enough, so I just don't want to ruin the heat treat, and I don't want to tell something that makes you ruin your heat treat. But I imagine I'll probably just finish this on up. And not wow, big shavings. All right, guys, I hope you can still hear me and see me. I'm going to light myself another cigarette really quick, since things are going halfway decent. Celebration cigarette. A little more oil. I think the oil is definitely the wrong kind, and I'm not sure that it's helping or hurting. Because I get past that oil before it starts building up friction. We're about, now the water's hot, now the blade's hot. Now we cooled it off. I don't want to get wet. And like I said, do a little back out. Do a little bit back out. We're all the way through. All right, guys, we were successful. 2 for 2. The only part that we messed up on was this crappy Harbor Freight punch. The spring, I haven't used this many times, and so I had to get the spring broken in a couple of times. And the first couple of times it slid down the blade a little bit and scratched it, but I can sand that out. And the whole point of using this knife was the fact that this is a project knife anyway. So we can totally sand it down and put a mirror polish on it if we want. Should be good to go. Blade doesn't feel hot at all. Let's look at the hole from the other side. I don't know where the camera is. Guess we'll see here in a second when I can actually see, when I catch up with myself. Need to go down a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, let's catch up again and see. Whoa, went down a little too much. All right, let's go inside and clean it up and see if the thumb studs fit. Let me grab a towel and wipe off all this crap carefully, or get the metal off without scratching it more. So, I am happy with the 2-bit technique. And I will post links to that 1mm bit and the 4mm with the rounded, with the point on the end of the end mill. But yeah, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod now, walk back in the house with it. But I can show y'all a better picture of it now. Hold on. So, now you can see the hole better. Perfect hole. I'll show you the scratches I made on this side when we get in there. Not too bad, but there are a couple of scratches. One right there, and one like right there. But like I said, I can re-stone wash it or re-acid wash it. Do whatever. Alright guys, give me a back. Let me zoom this camera out. At least show y'all the beautiful day out here. The beautiful breeze blowing. Beautiful trees of tea. A little bit of my backyard. You hear my wind chimes over there in that tree. Blowing. Very, very windy at the moment. There's my camper back behind my garage. There's some dogs fighting. Or barking. Anyway, it's the back of my house. I'm going to put y'all in my pocket again for a second. Let me do that. I should go back and use my belt sander. Show you how to do it. Instead of in my lap with the Dremel. Alright, switching back to the regular camera. Switching back to regular microphone. Alright, we're back. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. Got 21 viewers. Ron Crow, I will give you links to the bits for sure. Because the bits are the key. And taking your time is the key also. So, now, got that stupid AC noise in the background. I apologize for that. Y'all have to deal with it though. I'm hot after all that. Let me get some alcohol and clean this blade off. Hopefully y'all can hear me, see me. We haven't dropped a single frame since I reconnected last time, so I hope all that video out there was good. Yeah, what's up with the likes? 21 viewers? No, I'm just kidding. I don't ask for thumbs up, but I would appreciate it. I like, good morning, Waylon. All right. Let's see how they fit. Should we reassemble it before we put them in, or should we put it in now? I guess we'll put it in now. And I want the side with the threads on the main side. Perfect fit. Those 4mm end mill bits are pretty nice. I think I picked up some metal shavings in the middle of the hole. Let me grab my alcohol towel here and clean off those threads and try to tear a piece and stick it through there with alcohol on it to get all the shavings out of that hole. I don't have one of those little deburring things to run around the edge of this, but it would probably be a good idea. But it made a very clean hole on both sides. Those end mills are made to go sideways anyway, so when they get through, I'm just cleaning out the metal shavings out of the hole so that when I put this through there, it won't pick up any shavings like it did last time, and we can get this tight, hopefully. Come on, threads, act right for me. There we go. All right. How do we tighten this? Whoops, I put it the wrong way. I want the Torx to be on the side I don't see when I open it. So the Torx is on this side. And y'all can see that nice scratch I put in there. Terrible. But that center punch, you got to be pretty precise with it. So, and that probably was not necessarily with those little bits, but better safe than sorry. All right, I was cross-threaded there for a while, but now I got it right, and now we're tight. Let me tighten it up. I believe it's a T8. And then we can reassemble the knife and see how she works. Yes, it is very tight now. So let's get the knife put back together. Knife. Bearing. Blade. Lanyard pin. Bearing, liner, whoops, duh, would help if you put it on the right direction, Chip. Alright, no D-shaped pivot, but we're not fitting exactly right. Oh, there we go. That's all good. Other side of the scales. Good. Pivot screw. Good. Lanyard pin stayed in. Everything else stayed in. Clip screws are the long ones. So those two, so that means this one goes, actually, might be one long one and one short one. I'm going to say those are the two clip screws. We could be wrong, but if we are, we'll know here shortly. You know, I can't wait to see how it flips, but just take your time, don't rush things. Alright, that screws back in. Clip, we're going to drop one of these down in there, try to get it lined up. Drop the other one in, try to get it lined up. Bam! Oh, I think, yeah, I put the wrong screw in right here. This is a clip screw. They have different heads on them by just a little bit, so I can tell. There we go. That one goes in the clip. And that one goes in the clip. It's supposed to go in the clip. If I can get it in the clip. Dang magnetic screwdrivers, they're good sometimes and they're not others. Alright, there we go. Well, what's going on with these stupid screws? Something ain't lining up right. Well, maybe this big one does go in the back. I'm really confused here because there's two different kinds of screws and these both look like clip screws, but it's not threading in. So maybe it's this one. Maybe one goes in the back that's different. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the... No, I'm on the right side of the knife. I was like, am I on the wrong side? Am I putting the clip screw in the wrong side? Is that not even a clip screw hole? Like, what's going on here? Why am I having issues? I don't know, but this is pissing me off. I can do all that out there in the garage. Let me just see if it works. How about that? Let me get this scale screw in. And we can at least see if the stupid flipper works. Oh yeah. Reverse flick. Regular flick. Alignment looks pretty good. Kind of right in the middle of the big curve. First Kubi, whatever this model is, with a thumb stud. I don't know if it's the first one, but it is a one. Alright. Now I gotta figure out what's up with this stupid clip screw. I'm pretty positive. Yeah, that's the right one for the scale. And then these should have two different heads on them. One should be bigger than the other. Yes. So this one goes in the back, because I can see on this side there's one of those big ones. So I just wasn't evidently holding my mouth right when I was trying to get it in a minute ago. Or maybe it's a T8. It is a T8, isn't it? That's weird. One of the clip screws is a T8, and one of them is a T6. Why is it not threading in? Do I have some part missing out of the stupid knife? Just about cut myself again. Maybe it's spinning. Maybe it's spinning and that's why I'm having issues. Let me see. Let me feel the other side of the screw here. I cannot tell. But it is not wanting to grip there at all. And why are there two different screws in this knife? Why is the front clip screw different than the back clip screw? Why is one of them a T6 and one of them a T8? Alright, that screw is in. Aha! Now that screw is in. Alright, now we're good to go. Wow. It opens way better. I don't have to use that stupid flipper tab anymore. I can go delete it. I should have just used my belt sander while I was out there and had the blade out. but I needed to mark this flipper tab. So guys, thank you for being with me on that adventure. These do sit pretty proud. Let me see. Let me see what the other ones look like. Yeah, that would be a good idea, William. Except if it did begin to slide, it wasn't because of anything except for the punch sucking. It wasn't because of it would scratch right through painter's tape too if I would have slid like that. But I guess putting the painter's tape might help the surface where I'm putting the dot to not slide. But if it did decide to slide, the painter's tape's not going to stop that punch. But yeah, if I would have put the hole on top of the painter's tape, then it might not have slid. But the real problem was the punch being crappy and me only using it a few times, and it needed to be like broken in and used. Like it misfired a few times, and I had to like do it 4 or 5 times in a row to get it to even work right. Just a cheap, crappy Harbor Freight punch. Like, let's see what these see if these bug out studs work. I think the placement's good on it. I mean, it doesn't look bad to me. Does it look bad to y'all, placement wise? They look a little big, maybe. So that's why I want to try and see how these other ones fit. But the placement looks pretty good. I might have some other ones in here too that we could look at. Stupid left thumb. Alright, which one of these has the Torx in it? I think they both do. I think they're T6. No, this one's got the big hole. So the one with the threads seems to be the one. I mean, the one with the bolt sticking out of it seems to be the one with the Torx. And now I'm worried about this blade being too thick and not fitting right. Oh no, they work perfect too. They don't slide. They were made for the exact same holes too. They don't wiggle from side to side. Yeah, I think these look way better size wise. So that scratch is kind of bad though, but if the scratch is the only thing we got to worry about, I'm good with that. I think the size looks way better on this. It doesn't stick out as proud. It's even. Good morning, Be Shady. They don't stick out past the scales. Let's see how they feel when it's. Oh yeah, you can get to them perfect. So Pete, to answer your question, bug out thumb studs worked great. I've got some G10 sheets that I bought to make a handle with. We need to make a handle one day. Maybe we should use this. These are blue bug outs. The other ones aren't. These are made for something else. They're Damascus. I'll show you where to buy. I'll put links for both of these studs. These just are a little wider and would look better on a big knife. Like they look fine on this River Wolf here. Like they look fine on this one, but they do stick out pretty wide. But the scales on this one are thicker too. so it helps you be able to get to it. I'll give the pretty side. So there's my 2 thumb stud jobs so far. I'm so glad that went better on video than I assumed it would go. Y'all know how everything works out on video. About half, it's always gonna mess up. Let's see what other thumb studs I got. I know I've got one for an AD10. So these are giant ones. I've got a single-sided one too. I don't know where it came from. I can't remember. I swapped out the studs on something, and I've got a Nuvi single-sided one. It looks like the hole, and that's a AD10 thumb stud. So it's even bigger than the, oh no, it's the same size as that Damascus one. So that Damascus one, I think, this purple one, I think those are the same studs. So the link that I send you would work on an AD10 if for these. And then this single-sided one, it's kind of nubby, kind of big. Not sure where it came from. Dang, we got that done in under 2 hours, even with 45 minutes at the beginning. All right, then I got a little one in Damascus, or in purple. I think this is another bug outs set, but they're in purple. I think. Let's get them out of there. They look like they're purple. Maybe they're black. I gotta change my bandage today. I changed it last night, but getting pretty dirty. Let's see. Are you purple or are you black? You are black. So I got a black set of the bug out ones. Speaking of which, Pete, you're going to be getting an envelope soon. I got these 4 in. These are 4 titanium clips. Let me make sure they're titanium, but I think they are. They all came from Kaiser, so I think they are, but the ad was kind of weird. I've bought these before, but if you buy from the Kaiser website, they give you points. Yep, they're all titanium. They give you points, and you can use the points to get free clips that come with screws. And Pete needed some black screws, so I ordered some of these with my points. You got to pay $5 shipping for each one, individual one. But these fit on like Civivis, anything. They fit on a lot of knives. And some of these have, anyway, 2 of them came with black screws, 2 of them came with silver screws. These are darker. The 2 on the bottom are darker than the ones up on the top. But hopefully Pete will be able to use some of these black screws to fix one of his knives. So I got these just to help out. I'm gonna make him pay me $5 shipping, but I'm gonna send him some screws. I'm gonna keep the longest ones because I know what length he needs. Probably keep the longest ones and the shortest ones, and the ones that are close to the ones he needs I'm gonna keep. But yeah, let's see if I got any more studs. So yeah, I've got another set of silver bug out ones. I've got a blue one of those clamp on that I will never use because of how terrible they look. I've got another silver bug out, and yet another silver bug out, and a set of silver clamp on. If anybody will use this clamp on, these two clamp on ones, I would be happy to send them to you. I will not use them. I don't know why I bought them, to tell you the truth. But I do have a silver one that I could put instead of this blue one here. But we're going to stick with the blue for now. Add a little splash. And I would suggest y'all all invest in these. These are Phillips, but you can get Torx. Like these are 2.5 of all various lengths in silver, and these are 2mm in all sizes in silver, and you can buy these on Amazon as well to cut to length. You got all you need, so it's a good thing to have backups of extra screws. I don't mind putting a Phillips in when they're black because you can't see them very well, and so these are 2 and 2.5mm black Phillips ones. I just have those as spares. Sorry about the AC noise in the background. Gentle hum. It's only when the compressor kicks on that it makes that loud kind of noise. It's always kind of there, but need to buy a new AC unit. Gotta get this one broken in better. Well, I'm going to change the title. Let me show y'all the links to all that stuff really quick. Let me bring up my Amazon and my other browser that y'all can't see. Go to my orders, type in carbide. Alright. So here are the tungsten carbide jobber drill bit, straight shank drilling tool for stainless steel, aluminum, iron, metal, plastic, 4 pieces. I've bought this brand twice now, and this would be a great brand. I think I stuck with this brand. Yeah, those other ones that I got are the same brand. And they offer all kinds of sizes. But here's what they're called. The 4mm ones are the ones I bought, and they're only $12, so they're $3 a bit. And I still haven't messed up a single one. So here's the link to those 4mm ones that we finished off the hole with. Going into chat. And yeah, I knew you couldn't see it yet. I was just talking. And then the ones that I used, the one I used to drill the hole were the same company, but they were this size. They were 1.5mm. Solid carbide drill bits. So I'm quite sure the links are going to be the same for both of them, but let me make sure. Nope, they're different. So there's the link to the 1.5mm ones, and they're only $9 for 4 of them. So they're only $2.25 a piece. But this brand seems to work okay. I mean, you see that I snapped one of those because I was going too fast. But you can get all different sizes for anything you need, and they work. They do have the little points at the end. That's the main thing. The point at the end. And that taper bit would round out if you were wanting to put a hole in something and round it out around the edges, that tapered bit would work awesome for that. And so that bit is this one right here. It is a tapered ball nose end mill solid carbide flute. And it is this one right here going into chat. Actually, I'll put it in the window here first so y'all can see it. See the description of it. But it goes all the way from 0.75 millimeter to 6 millimeters. So I know it says right here on the description 14 millimeters, but that's the overall length of it. Or no, 45 millimeters is the overall length. I don't know. That's too many numbers on it. I'm not sure where the 14 millimeters is because I think it's only 6 millimeters. I don't have it in here to measure, but it didn't look much bigger than the 4 millimeter that I used in overall diameter. But here's the length to it. So there's the 3 links. I mean the 3 links to the different carbide bits. Well guys, I hope like me, you learned something today. I had only done it once, and I had told people on stream that I would do it for them, that I was pretty confident. Now I made a mistake with the punch that I think I will just get a tiny bit, like maybe, I'm not sure, what was the smallest size that one came in? I might just skip the punch all along and go in, make sure I'm lined up perfectly and go in with that little drill bit. If yeah, so the 1 millimeter, I do have some of the 1 millimeter ones I bought. Might just go in with it though. Sever 7's got a few recommendations before we go. Or do you want a few recommendations? Man, this knife opens good. I wish it closed as good as it opens. The 2-year strength. All right. Let's go check it out. Integral. Wow. That thing's pretty. It's a little bit out of my price range right now though, if I'm being honest. But yes sir, it is beautiful. And the clip is beautiful. Did you get one? Did you get one in the pass around group or did you buy one? Or do you have a version that's not the blue crystal titanium one? Because I would like to see the one, how much the one is, the regular one. Here's the black handle one, so they're not much different. Big baller. Severs the big baller. Formax. Yeah, you're a big baller, Sever 7. I can't afford knives like that, but it sure is beautiful. They have an open box one for $439. I still can't afford that. Not for a Tuya. Orbital Formax. Let's go look at that one. We've looked at that one before. I think it's Fornax. Yeah, it's Fornax. We've looked at it. That's that one you like. Yep, we've looked at that one like 4 times now. Oh, nice, Sever 7. Yeah, we've looked at this one like 4 times now. It must be one of your favorites. TC Blades. Yeah, it's not my style of knife. I bet it has good action, though. You could be joking about it being ugly. I don't think it's ugly. Just not my style. I don't like long, thin. But Tuya does have some nice action. How are you like? How's the action on that thresher, by the way? Is it okay? Because it made me think of the shocker, the Tuya shocker, the All-Star. Oh yeah, I did forget about it. Don't tell me to not forget about it. I did forget about it. I'm just kidding. Tuya All-Star knife. Crystal titanium. That one's got a black blade, so not a fan of it. Is that the only blade color they offer that in? Yep. Seems that White Mountain Knives. That one's better, but it's still kind of skinny and long. Yeah, that's more of that same style as that other one. I don't like the black blade, and I just don't like long, skinny knives like that. Unless they're a Shiro. And that one has a giant flipper tab, too. I guess you said something about that flipper tab. Does that one... Let me see a close picture, see if it's got enough room for me to install a thumb stud for you. Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, I saw it was an integral. I'm glad you like the thresher. At least it's got a pretty clip. I love crystal titanium too. That the pivots are the pivot surround is nice looking, different looking. Oh, before we go, we got to show some Discord stuff for the day. So, pocket checks. Mr. Ed had his hoe back on him again last night at work, I believe. Great knife. Scott had a river liner lock, a Mora, a Slippy, and an Ace Beam light. I like that Ace Beam brand, man. I've been impressed with mine. Then Nick had a high grains of. He had the same. No, he had a different. He had the TSF by Riot, which is it's the only. It's one of 20 in the U.S. or something. One of 12 in the U.S. Cool knives. Mr. Ron Crow had a couple of nice Kaisers with the black light on them. Milital and a Feeweed. Super cool, super cool. Keep it scale stupid. How do you like the Kubi? You never did tell us what you thought of the Titius. How do you like the Titius? There's the T8 576 that I was talking about. Designed by that same guy. That's his post, I guess, he made yesterday. Awesome knife. Lou posted that the Tanto versions of the 8010 are on sale for $69. If you like those, Midway has them for $69. You haven't opened it. What do you mean? What do you mean you haven't opened it? You got it like 5 days ago. Are you waiting for Christmas? Oh, your girl bought it for you. I see how it is. Either that or you're just a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not devoted, but, a very not dedicated, not devoted, you're very, dang it. I've done too much work today putting these thumb studs on. I'm about to get the Sharpie though and mark this flipper tab so it can go away. It's going to have a nice finger choil by the time I'm done. I'm going to put a dedicated, not devoted, not tolerant. Where he can wait, where he's I can't wait to open something. What's the word I'm looking for? But if it is a gift, then he's whipped. If he bought it for himself and he's just waiting for his birthday, then that's 2 weeks away. He's patient. He's there's a word that fits it perfectly that I'm trying to think of. It's not patient, it's not dedicated. It's not tolerant. It means that you're able to wait and be patient about doing something, and it's a word I use quite often, but it is escaping me. But oh, she paid. Yeah, then you are whipped. You're definitely whipped. But this one, when I delete that flipper tab, it's got the perfect amount of metal to remove to make a good finger choil. So if they would have put flipper tabs on this knife and put a good finger choil on it where you can choke up on it. But when I remove that, I've got a Sharpie here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I go in here and remove all this, if I go in there and remove all that just like that, it'll give it a great finger choil. So that's what I'm going to do on this one. Disciplined. There you go. Thank you, G-Man. Very disciplined. Good grief, why couldn't I think of that word? G-Man knew exactly what I was talking about. I said every word around it. See you later, Scott. Disciplined. He's very disciplined. Exactly the word. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I use it all the time. But yeah, if I make that finger choil just like that, it should be very comfortable. I know y'all aren't seeing the shadows right, but you can turn it around this way where y'all can see what I'm talking about. I'll curve it up where it feels good. But yeah, should be way better. Should improve the lines on the whole knife. With the thumb stud, now I'll be able to open it. This one was a good working knife to work on because even if I messed up, you can still just put your finger right here and open this one. That blade has got enough surface area and friction that you can get your finger down there and open it without the thumb stud. So it didn't even really need the thumb stud, but it was one that I'd already worked on once and it wasn't that expensive, and so I knew if I messed up or broke a bit off in it or something crazy that I wouldn't mind the fact that it got messed up. And I put a mirror edge on it. Of course, y'all can't see that either because I can't ever get my lighting right. But it has a nice, there you go. Kind of see it shine a little. But it's got a nice edge on it. Hopefully I didn't mess that up with that heat. I don't think it got too hot. Anyway, guys, I'm going to retitle this video now that it was successful on how to install a thumb stud in a knife without one. I made the title as a question because I didn't know if we'd be successful, but luckily we were. I might go in and edit out a little bit of that time with the bad footage too, if I feel like it. Yeah, keep it scale stupid. I was getting my feelings were getting hurt that you hadn't told us how you liked it since it's your first Kubi. I remember being young, and thank you, Sever7. I think it ended up in a good spot, pretty good and centered in that curve, and enough off the blade and the back of the knife. It's in a good spot. So I kind of like where I got lucky on the picking of it. Now I've kind of put my money where my mouth was about being able to install studs. I'm getting confident each time that I do one, so pretty soon I'll be the guy that y'all send your stuff to get it done. No, I'm just joking. There's other people that can do that. I've got enough to do. Well, all right, guys. No problem, Sever7. I'm glad to just share some of this useless knowledge I got. Hope y'all have a great, what is it, Friday? No, Thursday. Have a great Thursday. Hope the weather's good where you're at. We're going to end up getting out of here. I think either tomorrow or Saturday could be some announcements in the channel. Maybe not. Maybe so. We'll see. If y'all need me, you know how to reach me at that email there. Yeah, I would appreciate a thumbs up if you don't care. Or you're welcome, TC. Ain't no reason to thank me. I could have messed up and then it could have been just a funny video. And it still probably wasn't. Some people are going to say I did this or that wrong, but I don't know. I'm happy with how it turned out. And when I look down the knife, it looks pretty square. It might be a little off side to side, but it's plenty good. And you can't see, we could caliper it from top. You can't see both sides of the stud, but when I look straight down it, it might be leaning a little, but not much. Not enough to matter. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow morning.